Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we delve into 4,000 Weeks, a profound exploration into the finite nature of our time and the pursuit of meaningful living. This 2021 release by Oliver Burkeman, an award-winning feature writer for The Guardian, challenges the relentless quest for time optimization that defines modern society. With the provocative premise that the average human lifespan encompasses just 4,000 weeks, Burkeman invites readers to confront their mortality and rethink their relationship with time. Drawing on insights from ancient and contemporary philosophers, psychologists, and spiritual figures, the book urges a radical shift away from the futile strive for efficiency toward a life that embraces limitations and focuses on what truly matters. Burkeman, celebrated for his psychological insights and winner of the Foreign Press Association's Young Journalist Award, as well as a finalist for the Orwell Prize, brings his depth of understanding to this narrative. His popular weekly column, "This Column Will Change Your Life," echoes the reflective and transformative tone found in 4,000 Weeks. This book is for time management, aficionados seeking a fresh perspective, philosophy students interested in the existential dimensions of living, and aspiring creatives and entrepreneurs looking for a purpose-driven approach to life and work. Join us as we unpack the wisdom of embracing our temporal boundaries and crafting a life of profound engagement and satisfaction. "4,000 Weeks, Time Management for Mortals." Introduction. Embrace the brevity of life for a richer journey. Consider the stark reality that if we're fortunate to live into our 80s, our entire existence is bounded within a mere 4,000 weeks. This finite stretch of time is what we have to craft our lives, achieve our dreams, and create our legacies. But in today's culture, we're constantly barraged with the notion that to unlock the full potential of our days, we must master the art of productivity. We're encouraged to optimize every hour and wring success from every minute. Yet this relentless pursuit often backfires. Instead of unlocking greater fulfillment, we find ourselves ensnared in stress and disillusionment, as time management gurus and productivity apps leave us more frazzled than fruitful. In this narrative, we are guided towards a profound shift in perspective, away from ceaseless efficiency and towards the acceptance and celebration of life's inherent limits. This path promises a state of being where the pressure of perpetual productivity gives way to the joy found in life's finite nature. Here's what you'll uncover: the reasons for choosing a passion project over monetizing every hobby, a glimpse into the perennial wisdom of pre-modern times, and their views on time and eternity, and the art of refining your procrastination skills to enhance creativity and personal growth. Part 1. Discover the liberating truth that time cannot be tamed. Gone are the days when wealth was equated with leisure. Today, the badge of honor is the hustle. The modern world praises those who juggle multiple projects and boast overpacked schedules, pushing the narrative that busyness equates to success. Research suggests that the affluent often suffer heightened anxiety, not from a scarcity of riches, but from a perceived shortage of time to accomplish their ever-growing to-do lists. At the heart of this frenzy stands capitalism, prodding us incessantly to maximize our time for the highest return, sometimes at the expense of a life well lived. For the less affluent, the grind of gig jobs offers no respite, only an endless loop of precarious employment. Yet there's a deeper concern at play for the chronically busy, a drive that needs unraveling. The pivotal insight here is mastery over time is an unattainable myth. The author, once a devotee at the altar of productivity, pursued time management zealously. His life was a carefully coordinated symphony of specialized planners, meticulously delineated 15-minute increments, and lists prioritized from A to Z. These strategies fed the illusion of a breakthrough just around the corner, an illusion that ultimately crumbled, leaving behind only a trail of stress and discontent. In a moment of revelation, the author recognized the futility of his quest. His most efficient tasks were also the most trivial. Replying to emails became a Sisyphean task, perpetually replenishing itself, while truly meaningful pursuits gathered dust. This realignment with reality, this understanding and acceptance of our limits, is described as the paradox of limitation. It dawned on him that a complete to-do list is a fantasy. Aiming to conquer every task is a recipe for frustration. By confronting this truth, one can pivot towards what genuinely holds value. The author's own surrendering to the whims of time was transformative, allowing him to embrace significant life commitments, such as fostering a loving relationship and starting a family. Evidently, by letting go of the reins of time, we might just find ourselves steering toward a more fulfilling existence. Part 2. Step back in time to understand the evolution of our relationship with time. Imagine the life of a peasant in medieval England, where the relentless ticking of the clock was notably absent. Unlike today's frantic race against time, these pre-modern days were dictated by the rhythms of nature and the needs of the moment. The alignment with nature's clock meant daily activities were bound to the rising and setting of the sun, and time was a concept far removed from the frenzied counting of minutes and hours. The fundamental idea to grasp is that our modern preoccupation with time is a historical novelty. For our ancestors, time on Earth did not carry the same weight or urgency as it does now. They envisioned life as part of an unfathomable eternity, a mere precursor to the boundless afterlife. Time, then, was abundant and significant achievements were not measured within one's lifespan. This perception was bolstered by the belief in a cyclical or static history, making the rush to accomplish things before death an alien concept. The Enlightenment of secular modernism catalyzed a dramatic revision of this outlook, as history began to be seen as a progression towards a better future. The finite nature of human existence took center stage. Living under the shadow of skepticism, people started to prioritize making the most of their numbered days, given the uncertainty of what lay beyond. Adding to this shift were the technological advancements that encapsulated time. The invention of mechanical clocks, initially for the precise purpose of monastic prayer, gradually became intrinsic to the burgeoning industrial society. Wage labor, defined by hours worked rather than tasks completed, propelled time from an abstract idea to a commodity, a resource that could be managed, optimized, and most critically, sold. These developments ushered in our current era, where time is seen not as the fabric from which life is woven, but as a valued asset, perpetually slipping through our fingers, urging us to chase after it in an attempt to grasp just a moment more. Part 3. Reflect on mortality to navigate life's richness. To grasp the profound relationship between time and existence, let's delve into the philosophies of Martin Heidegger, a seminal figure in existential thought. In his pivotal book, Being and Time, Heidegger posits that to be human is to be finite, intricately entwined with the fleetingness of time. Our essence, then, lies in the transient moments we embody. Yet most of us sidestep this existential cornerstone. Heidegger described this evasion as falling, a descent into the abyss of distraction, routine, and conformity. Whether it's losing ourselves in mundane tasks or clinging to life scripts dictated by societal norms, we stray from contemplating our inevitable end. The key to crafting an authentic existence: confront the reality of our limitations. To live authentically, appreciating our fleeting lifespan, can light the way to a richer life. Take the example of Swedish philosopher Martin Haglund, who treasures his limited summer respites on the coast. It's the very impermanence of these gatherings, the understanding that they are not everlasting, that deepens their significance. His appreciation of these moments is steeped in the knowledge that he and his family, like the ever-changing coastline, won't be around indefinitely. Perspective is crucial when it comes to finitude. Instead of dwelling on the somber implications of mortality, consider the wonder of your existence. David Kane, a Canadian writer touched by a close brush with mortality, was compelled to acknowledge that his ongoing presence wasn't a given, it was fortuitous. It's not necessary to brood over our mortality incessantly. Heidegger counsels that embracing our finitude is about recognizing that every choice to spend time in one way is a decision not to spend it in others. This acknowledgement should not breed despair, but inspire us to prioritize what truly matters. Whether it's supporting loved ones, enjoying a tranquil sunset, or composing a masterpiece, our choices become a declaration of our values, and within those decisions lies the essence of a life filled with purpose and passion. Part 4. Master the art of strategic procrastination to enhance your life. Wading through the profundity of philosophical discussions on time and existence, one might not expect to find practical time management strategies. However, taking a leaf from Heidegger's insights on the importance of discernment in how we allocate our finite time, we can derive actionable wisdom. The target? To evolve our approach to procrastination, thus refining our focus on truly important goals. Here's the essence of this strategy. Hone your procrastination skills by clearly defining and prioritizing your goals. Let's begin with the concept of time affluence, the notion of securing time for what's paramount. Imagine there's an ambition or relationship you earnestly want to cultivate. Rather than waiting passively for the mythical right time, carve out dedicated slots in your schedule for this purpose. Proactively allocating your first and freshest hours each day to this endeavor can be significantly impactful. Next, address the proliferation of unfinished projects. The impulse to launch various initiatives may be strong, but spreading yourself too thin leads to none reaching fruition. Instead of oscillating between numerous undertakings when the going gets tough, commit to a singular venture at a time. This focused approach not only streamlines your efforts, but also necessitates breaking down larger tasks into manageable bits, ensuring steady progress. Lastly, the toughest yet most liberating guideline: embrace the power of rejection. We simply cannot engage in every opportunity or maintain connections that only bring us moderate contentment. Distinguishing between what you must pursue and other lukewarm interests can be transformative. It might involve difficult decisions, such as turning down a fairly attractive job offer, or stepping back from a less fulfilling friendship. However, this discernment ensures that only the most significant aspirations occupy your top 5 life priorities, thus granting you the freedom to postpone or permanently set aside the rest. Part 5. Understanding distractions can unlock better focus and fulfillment. Contemplate life's unpredictable timeline. 4,000 weeks scarcely capture the possible interruptions that punctuate our existence. Distractions, both minor and major, are a steadfast component of the human experience. Philosophers from antiquity to modern times have pondered over the power of distraction, stressing that the very substance of our lived reality is molded by where we direct our attention. Yet, the pursuit of unwavering control over our focus is not only unattainable, but unwise. Neuroscientists underscore the evolutionary importance of involuntary attention. It's what allows us to react to imminent threats, a prerequisite for survival. Still, a balance is necessary. Achieving our aspirations demands cultivating a measure of disciplined focus. Peering beneath the surface, distractions reveal complex origins. Nowadays, digital technology stands as the foremost distractor, its tentacles reaching deep into our pockets of attention. Technology, corporations, through persuasive design, have turned the human focus into a lucrative commodity, selling our eyeball time to the highest advertising bidder. Beyond the mere misappropriation of our moments, these platforms warp our worldview, skewing perceptions of what's urgent, alarming, or contentious. For the author, the revelation hit home when fatherhood prompted an unexpected realization. His preoccupation with how to tweet charming narratives of his son's antics was eclipsing the beauty of living those moments fully. But digital screens are not the sole culprits behind our distraction tendency. A more profound struggle surfaces when we engage in endeavors that are meaningful to us. Faced with a solitary pursuit, such as writing a book in seclusion, distractions emerge not from external sources, but from the discomfort of confronting our potential shortfalls. The cabin, devoid of technological lures, doesn't banish the temptation to escape into daydreams or doze off. This phenomenon arises from an innate aversion to encountering our limitations. Diving into a project that holds real significance puts us face to face with our vulnerabilities, perhaps the daunting possibility that our talents don't match our ambitions. It's in this intersection of striving and self-doubt that distractions find fertile ground. The antidote? Mindfulness of this dynamic. Recognizing that the discomfort accompanying significant work is natural allows us to push through resistance rather than capitulate at the slightest distraction. By acknowledging the role of discomfort in the pursuit of our passions, we set the stage for a deeper and more resilient focus, guiding us toward genuine fulfillment. Part 6. Embrace the now, as the best laid plans often go awry. We are all too familiar with the irony of time management, the diligent efforts to predict and plan, only to be thwarted by the inevitable unpredictability of life. This notion is encapsulated by Hofstadter's law, termed by cognitive scientist Douglas Hofstadter, suggesting that even when you account for delays, things take longer than expected. While tongue-in-cheek, this concept resonates with anyone who's ever mapped out their time meticulously. Let's distill the essence of this concept. Opt for living in the immediacy of now over the uncertainties of tomorrow. The author's personal reflection is telling. He grew up in a family eternally early to the airport, but over time, he recognized the futility of attempting to exert full control over the future. The compulsion to arrange life down to the minute only shifts the burden of stress, constantly projecting it onto the horizon of the next appointment or ambition. Such future-focused living is symptomatic of the "when I finally" syndrome, the belief that true life commences only after reaching certain milestones or resolving all troubles. This mindset fixates on a future that never quite solidifies, neglecting the vibrancy of the present. The quest for a better future is not the issue, particularly for those striving to improve their circumstances out of necessity. It's the perpetual postponement of contentment, reserved for a future that may never materialize, that warrants rethinking. Living in the moment is touted as a panacea, but putting this philosophy into practice can be daunting. Robert Pirsig, in his book Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, recounts an experience with Crater Lake that captures this struggle. Surrounded by the iconic beauty, he found himself disconnected, unable to transcend the veneer of its tourist-laden fame to tap into the now. If this resonates with you, consider a gentle shift in perspective. Instead of striving to seize the present, simply recognize that you are invariably in it. There is no success or defeat in experiencing the now. It's the only temporal canvas we have. With this realization, we can learn to flow with the present, not grasping for it, but allowing it to unfold, engaging with our existence as it is, not as we plan it to be. Part 7. Cultivate joyful moments by indulging in true leisure with loved ones. Amidst the breakneck pace of modern life, Walter Kerr, in his insightful work, The Decline of Pleasure, observed a curious trend. Our zeal to transform every sliver of leisure into a productive endeavor. Weekend barbecues become networking events, and a quiet evening at home is repurposed for DIY home improvements. In the relentless march for productivity, genuine relaxation becomes an overlooked art. This shift away from leisure didn't occur overnight. It sprouted alongside the Industrial Revolution. As factory productivity became paramount, the line between work and rest blurred, with rest periods designed to bolster work performance. Labor reformers didn't alleviate this, promoting the idea that free time ought to be spent pursuing self-improvement and culture, further entrenching useful leisure. To rediscover the richness of leisure, it's time we recalibrate our understanding and embrace it anew. The opportunity before us is simple yet profound. Rediscover hobbies and cherish connections to unlock the joy of leisure. In the contemporary sphere, the term hobby has been slightly tarnished, hinting at amateurish pursuits or trivial pastimes. Yet herein lies freedom, the autonomy to engage in activities that invoke joy without the pressures of perfection or profit. Take, for example, the renowned musician Rod Stewart, who relishes constructing intricate model railways not for acclaim, but purely for pleasure, outsourcing aspects like electrical work to better enjoy the craft. Beyond personal hobbies, the ethos of leisure extends to shared experiences. Consider the Swedish study noting a correlation between reduced antidepressant use and times when people collectively took vacations. This suggests that contentment is amplified in the company of others. Such insights urge a second look at the allure of the digital nomad lifestyle. The notion of hopping from one picturesque locale to another, laptop in tow, conducting business amidst tropical paradises. Yet behind the breathtaking Instagram posts lies a stark realization. Isolation can overshadow idyllic settings. Without the warmth of companionship, the most exotic beaches or bustling cityscapes can echo with a sense of emptiness. Ultimately, true leisure, as a medium of pleasure, creativity, and shared moments, remains an invaluable counterbalance to the culture of ceaseless productivity. By reclaiming time for hobbies and fostering deeper bonds with friends and family, we can weave the fabric of a gratifying life, rich in the simple joys that leisure affords. Part 8. Find perspective and peace in the grand scheme of the cosmos. Amidst a high-altitude journey over the vast stretch of the American Midwest, a high-ranking executive from the medical device industry was faced with a crippling realization. Her job, once a source of pride and passion, had become a hollow pursuit. This moment of clarity is emblematic of a broader introspection many of us grapple with regarding the significance of our lives and how we choose to fill our fleeting time. This introspective journey leads us to a profound reevaluation of time management. How do we ensure our moments are filled with meaning? Embrace the liberating practice known as cosmic insignificance therapy, rather than succumbing to existential worries. The COVID-19 pandemic of 2020 prompted an enforced global pause, a reflective intermission where the collective trauma and loss sparked a reassessment of what truly holds value. As societal flaws like inadequate healthcare and racial disparities were laid bare, the outcry seemed to echo a shared realization of society's misplaced priorities. Yet amidst this reflection, one might falter under the weight of defining a life purpose. The New Age philosophy prescribing a singular, grandiose mission for every person can make the ordinary seem profoundly inadequate. But when placed against the canvas of the cosmos, the notion that our day-to-day actions hold profound significance is swiftly humbled. In truth, on a universal scale, our individual exploits are a mere blip, ephemeral and inconsequential. Facing our cosmic insignificance could be chilling, but it doubles as a balm for the self-imposed pressure to achieve monumental greatness. By acknowledging our smallness, we are freed from unrealistic expectations and can find joy and worth in the simple acts of living, be it crafting a meal with love or indulging in creativity for its own sake. Through the lens of cosmic insignificance, no vocation is too modest, no ambition too ordinary. The comparison to geniuses like Mozart or Einstein becomes immaterial. Whether penning a book, nurturing a garden, or cherishing moments with loved ones, each endeavor is a valid and enriching way to spend our limited time. Accepting our place in the vast tapestry of existence allows us to derive contentment from our choices, celebrating each one not for its cosmic footprint, but for the personal fulfillment it brings. Final summary. In our contemporary race against time, we are often caught in the pursuit of mastering every minute, convinced that efficiency and productivity are the gateways to a life well lived. But this relentless chase after time management perfection is a modern illusion, a trap that saps our energy and leaves us feeling unfulfilled. The true key to a rich and rewarding experience lies not in conquering time, but in acknowledging and working harmoniously with our innate human constraints. Embrace procrastination as a strategic ally to concentrate on what's genuinely important. Recognize distraction as a signpost, pointing towards the challenges and discomforts that, when overcome, lead to growth. Learn to exist not for some distant, idyllic future, but in the beauty and authenticity of the present. By accepting the finite nature of our existence, the reality that our days are numbered, we discover the freedom to build a life of depth and significance. This means reevaluating our relationship with hobbies, reconnecting with those we care about, and finding enchantment in leisure. Ultimately, come to terms with the cosmic insignificance of our individual lives. Amidst the vast expanse of the universe, our personal quests and achievements hold no grand cosmic weight, and this realization is profoundly freeing, letting go of the societal pressures to make an indelible mark on history. We can pursue passions and engage in life's simple pleasures because they bring joy, not because they will be remembered or revered. In the synthesis of these insights, we find a counterintuitive truth. In our acceptance of life's limitations and insignificance, we uncover the path to a life infused with authenticity, purpose, and contentment. Our truly limited, wonderfully unique 4,000 weeks. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.